Pilgrim Bandits was set up in 2010, primarily to look after forces amputees and injured servicemen. We look after the ranges from single amputees to triple amputees. Also, we do a bit of work with PTSD lads and other injured servicemen. The ethos of Pilgrim Bandits is we don't do sympathy. Our background, or the background of the formation of the charity, was based on special forces, and the original members that set up the charity were ex-special forces, and so that ethos is carried on through the charity. We don't just accept someone can walk a mile. You know, they're capable, if pushed, of walking 10 miles. So that's what we aim to. We'll push them to the 10 mile. We'll do a range of things, from tandem parachute jumping to kayaking. We've just recreated the Cockleshell Heroes raid. The previous year we did the Telemark expedition, which had never been done by injured personnel. That was 60 miles in temperatures of -30.
He's in terrible pain. His artificial arm has rubbed huge blisters on his stump. Every stroke of the paddle is agony. But spurred on by the memory of the soldiers who made this epic journey 72 years ago, Andy Reid refuses to give up. Operation Frankton was immortalised in the film The Cockleshell Heroes. In December 1942, 10 Royal Marines paddled into Nazi-occupied Bordeaux, where they planted limpet mines on German ships. Only 2 men survived the mission. 6 were executed. Drowning or hypothermia claimed the others. Andy Reid, who lost both legs and an arm in Afghanistan, is among 5 amputee soldiers retracing the route of the raid, 90 miles in 5 days.
If the guys who were doing the original mission, I'm sure they had blisters on the hands and on the feet and all kinds, and they just had to push on with it. So I keep that in mind, thinking, well, you can't just go, well, that's me, that's the end of mission for me now.
The Gironde is nearly 6 miles across at its widest point. The team are battling waves, winds, pouring rain and intense heat. The Pilgrim Bandits charity, which organised the trip, deliberately seeks out tough physical challenges for wounded soldiers. Ben Parkinson suffered brain damage as well as the loss of both legs above the knee. Doctors said he might one day sit up in bed. His adventures with the bandits include skydiving and crossing a frozen plateau.
They've done so much for me. I don't know to say. They're brilliant. Brilliant.
The best thing you can do with Ben is tell him he can't do something, and he goes out and does it.
I lost 2 limbs, but when I'm looking at Ben, he's more injured than me, and when you see the Triple M Andy, I do get inspired by them. So hopefully somebody will get inspired by me.
Most of the team are former military members, including Marine commandos and members of the SAS and SBS. Launching each day is a mission in itself. Jim Wilson also lost both legs in Afghanistan. He's carrying a photo in his kayak of his late friend, whose uncle Sam Wallace was shot on the original mission. They are known as the Cockleshell Heroes, and many people would say that you men here are real heroes.
If the Cockleshell Heroes are right here, right now, they'll probably say exactly the same thing. You know, they had a job to do, they got on and done it, and I didn't really do anything heroic. I just ended up doing my job and ended up with no legs with it. That's all it was.
The Pilgrim Bandits, they do challenge you, you know, because it's not a case of, you don't go on a jolly with them. You know, you're there to work. And probably after this 5 days, it'll probably be the 5 hardest days that I've done in my life, you know.
Finally, blistered, burnt, tired, but triumphant, they arrived in Blay, where the original Cockleshell Heroes ditched their canoes.
Yeah, job done.
A huge amount of effort goes into something like the Cockleshell Heroes expedition. I think in planning it probably took us 7-8 months to put together, and it was an expedition of 7 days. Completing 90 miles within 5 days was a huge effort for some of the lads. But the main thing that came out of the whole expedition, besides the physical effort, was all the lads that we took, all the injured lads that we took, have all said that the main thing that they enjoyed best was the camping. It was being able to share a tent with muckers and talk about the old days as though nothing had changed.
The Pilgrim Bandits have a programme that sees injured servicemen going into schools, working with children and inspiring them to realise their true potential. The charity also encourages companies to get involved in sponsoring the expeditions and using the programmes as team and character building events. Employees can be partnered with the injured lads, giving a uniquely motivating experience which is inspirational for all levels of management. Alternatively, many of our corporate supporters make regular contributions, hold fundraising events or enter into a charity partnership programme. For more information, simply contact us and we'll be pleased to discuss the details.